Hi, I'm Jennet Ingle, the 5-Minute Reedmaker. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, please go ahead and click subscribe for me so you don't miss an episode. This week on my socials, I've been talking a lot about reed adjustment because I do have a reed adjustment / knife skills workshop coming up. And I thought I would just demonstrate a little bit. I pulled this reed. Come back. I pulled this reed out of my own reed case, just now, 5 minutes ago, soaked it up. And although this is a fully finished reed that I have played rehearsals and concerts on, right this minute, on this day in June, for me, it feels terrible. Let me show you. It crows, but kind of only just. It's really tight and the crow is high. It doesn't really want to vibrate very well. And when I put it on the oboe, it just feels like I can't really put air through it. It's not unpleasant, but it's a little bit small, it's a little bit tight, and it's not giving me what I need. But it's a finished reed. I know it is not radically unbalanced in any way. It's just like been sitting for a while because I do keep my reeds in rotation. And for whatever reason, it may have been made on a day with less or more humidity. It may have been last played in a hall that needed this kind of quality. But for me today in this room, it is not functioning. So I'm looking at it, and I literally always start with the tip. I just look at the sides and corners of the tip a little bit, make sure that I've got a clean cut in at the gutter of the rooftop, and I just kind of do this a little bit, and often that is enough to revitalize what's going on. I'm not sure it will be in this case, but that's my first instinct. And the beep does feel easier, that's the response, but I've lost the crow altogether. So, reasonable enough. My work was in the tip, so it did improve response, but took away the crow. So I'm going to very gently, ever so lightly, just ghost across the heart. And the quality of cane that I'm taking off, you can see here, is like there's barely anything. It's just dust, really. When I crow it now, I've got a much easier crow, a much more immediate response. And now when I play it, it's still feeling a little tiny bit small for me. So the last place I look, and I'm not going to do extensive work in the windows by any stretch, but when I think about my reed, I think about response in the tip, resistance in the heart, and then resonance back in the windows. And it may just turn out that this reed needed a little of everything. So in the windows, again, I'm just sort of ghosting, helping this wall at the bottom of the heart to not be quite so aggressive. But I'm not really trying to radically restructure. I just want this reed to wake up for me. It gives me a very clear crow now. And for me, that reed feels like something that is vibrating, something that I can really work with. Look at the surface of my tablet here. Like there's almost no cane has really come off, right? If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen buckets of slabs of cane coming off of reeds. And this is really just dust. I started at the tip because that's always where I start, because the tip is the thinnest part, it's the most delicate, it's the most apt to change as the conditions change, right? If a tiny little layer of gunk builds up on every part of the reed, it's going to affect the tip the most because that is the most proportionally thin. I backed up and just sort of polished the heart, and then I did the same in the windows, and finally I feel like I have a reed that I can practice on. I know it's taken me 5 minutes in this video, but that's because I'm talking about it. Normally this would be a few seconds of scrape, 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 and then I play, and then I'm happy again. And I want it to be this easy for you too. I think very often people resist adjusting their reeds because they're scared of what's going to happen. Like, once you involve the knife, it could be good or it could be bad. And I guess I just want to encourage you that making tiny adjustments like this is totally possible, and it's possible for you, and it enables you to react to changing conditions because the conditions always change. And if this feels like a scary idea to you, or if you would like me to talk through this in significantly greater detail, I would invite you to join me for my reed adjustment and knife skills workshop, which is going to happen in about a week and a half, and the link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.